about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Spending time all alone, sending my songs through the phone, dreaming of a better home while focused on trying to hone this craft, witchcraft. I hope the brujas let this last.
I don't know.
That was the great sounds of Watts with Outside on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. Easy BlueZ, you have better introductions more than me. Who do we have with us today on Behind the Brand?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have followed this show, you understand. You ladies and gentlemen, if you follow this show, you understand that Prestige and I have a special place in our hearts for food. We love food. Food is delicious. It's a wonderful thing. It's one of the things we bond on. And what is absolutely incredible is not only when you can create a good meal, but when you have the heart and the soul that goes behind that. When you are there to fully eat it up, where you are there to have your soul nourished as much as you are to have your stomach filled. And then when you can take something as beautiful as a business and you can turn it around and give back, that on top of things is just absolutely fantastic. So today, we are honored, we are blessed to have on the show Eat Up Catering from also the Eat Up Foundation. We have Chris and Brian. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Glad to have us. Thank you.
How you doing? Thanks for the invite.
Of
Doing
course.
good, guys. Doing wonderful.
Thank you so much for what you do. It's absolutely incredible.
So, Brian, long time since I worked with you back at the hotel. I thought you didn't want to do food anymore. What happened? What made the change of heart, man?
Yo, listen, man. You know what, Preston? You're right. We worked on that line together so many years, man. At that time, I didn't want to do food. I mean, it was hard, and it was long hours and different things like that. But what happened was after the death of my father, I don't know. I just tapped in. You know, my father was a chef, so I had just came to a realization, like, yo, listen, this is what you do. Use your talent for what it is, and just go forth. And I just tapped in all the way, and just tapped into my love, and just went forth.
Yeah, man, just the stuff I've been seeing recently throughout the past couple years. Just we haven't seen each other. Because the last time I saw you, I was working with you. I mean, we were just riding back and forth from New Haven to Madison, back and forth all those times with Demetrius and all those good group of guys, and just cooking all those fantastic dishes. And now I'm thinking you're knocking out the park. You're making, you and your partner Chris, I'm going to get to you in a second, man, making better dishes than the chefs that we worked with in the beginning. So it's crazy just to see that whole 180 just come out of you, and just to bring so many dishes and so many talents to give them back to your community. It seems like you just turn around just as an individual. This is a different Brian I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was growth over the years. I mean, I was exposed to a lot of different things, man. Christian played a good part of that, man. A positive role model in that part, as far as community expectations and different things like that. So once we came together, man, it was like being one person, and we just took off, man. That was it. Now,
how did you two form together? Like, have you always known each other throughout these years and just decided to start a good business? I just want to hear just a different perspective just from both of you.
So me and Christian actually met through our organization. We went to church together. Our families know each other for a very long time. So Christian actually came up here to Connecticut, actually New Haven, and we've been together ever since. That was almost 10, 12 years ago. And we just been rocking ever since. Our whole relationship always been about purpose and stuff like that. So we just always been on this type of time, man. You know, it just grows and grows and it just flourishes.
Chris, I'm meeting you for the first time, brother. How you doing?
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, brother.
Yes.
What happened with you, man? How did the cooking bug get you?
So I wouldn't really say the cooking bug got me, you know what I'm saying? I just knew that BB was a cook, you know what I'm saying? I knew he could do his thing in the kitchen. I actually worked at Madison Beach Hotel too as well. You probably don't remember me, whatever, but I was doing the housekeeping part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then eventually, man, I went over to Frontier Communications for sales and everything. Number 7 in the whole country in sales. So it was more or less like, man, if I could sell somebody else's product, man, I could sell my own product. You know what I mean?
True.
So, of course, BB was a good cook. I asked him around, this was like 2018. I was like, listen, let's do something together. Let's build something together as far as you cook. You know what I'm saying? We start a business. You know, he wasn't ready at the time, but I wasn't ready at the time either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, your eyes get bigger than, you know, what you really can take at that moment. But 2019 came along, man. It was a perfect time for me to really tap in and start a business. He came along and said, Chris, let's make it happen. And we made it happen. And ever since then, we've been making magic, man.
Yeah, 2019, man. It seems like it was yesterday. It's crazy just with everything going in the pandemic. Now, how did you two actually just maintain the business during that time? Because I would think 2019, that's when like a lot of stuff was going well with the promotion stuff with you two. And then out of nowhere, COVID happened. So how did you guys just make nothing into something, if I can barely speak?
It was the momentum, really. I think it was the best time to really start a business, really, to be honest with you, because now you're back against the wall. The people's losing jobs, you know what I'm saying? And so the best thing for us, something that I really talked to BB about, was just more or less like community. Let's give back, you know what I'm saying? Even though we're not really making as much money as we really want to, but the money that we are making, let's take some of that money and let's pour back into the community. So during that time, at a rough time for people, we was able to like reach a lot of people, talk with a lot of people, build with a lot of people. So we built that trust. And so when you build that trust for your community they gonna back you in everything that you do. So it was just like a momentum thing, man. Like I mean, COVID, it was a bad situation, but also a good situation for us, you know, starting, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Whose idea out of you two was to do the cook-offs?
That was actually, I think, Brian. Both of us.
It was Brian. It makes sense.
Yeah, the chili cook-off was definitely BB's idea. You know, how we were going to get everything set up and how we was going to bring all the businesses together. We both collectively came together, you know, but Brian got great ideas. I have great ideas. I mean, that's why he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of like Scottie Pippen and Jordan. Sometimes he's Jordan, I'm Scottie. Sometimes I'm Jordan, he's Scottie. But in our own way, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Brian, has the best thing you learned about Chris was the marketing side when it comes to it?
As long as I knew Chris, he know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing that since I met him, before we even started doing anything. So I already knew that. So I already know as far as promotion and sales and different stuff like that, he was going to know how to do that. He already do it for himself on a regular day basis, just being a regular person. You know what I'm saying? So throwing a business and product in there, I already knew he was going to hit that out the park.
What have been some of the favorite dishes you guys have been making, just like in general?
Man, it was the boiled bags went crazy. I mean, people love seafood, but really took off, it was the wings. The wings went crazy. The salted caramel wings, all the different flavors that people wasn't really too much used to. My different version of garlic parm, different things like that, man. It was the wings, the seafood. That's what took off, and that actually opened everybody up to try new things.
Now, it's just you two with the whole business, am I right? There's no like other partners or anything involved when it comes to this thing?
Nah, it's just me and Chris,
Yeah. Now, tell me how, like, it can be a struggle sometimes, especially catering. Like, it can kill you a lot, you know what I mean? You're making all these meals for different kinds of people. And I think one of the crazy things, because Dustin and I interviewed different caterers in the past, I think you guys have a great relationship with Aaron Lee for Heartfelt Catering.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's how I got in touch with your social media, because he was sharing a lot of your guys' stuff. He was definitely supporting you guys. And tell me just about you don't have to give like the whole detail in general. Just give me just pretty much a little bit of idea, just what it comes, just a monthly budget, just between what you two do, because you two do a lot, especially when it comes giving back and cooking and just different stuff like that. Just give me just a little bit of insight.
Well, man, that thing actually runs really long, man. I mean, we try to stay busy as much as we can. As far as the community aspect of things and caterings and stuff, you know, that comes in like it's supposed to. Then Gorilla Lemonade too took off crazy. It wasn't expected to go too crazy like that. So right now, month to month, we've been working on Gorilla Lemonade. We get caterings a lot, and we do a lot of the give backs that we're planning on right now for the fall.
Whose idea was for Gorilla Lemonade? I was going to say that for a little bit later in the broadcast. I'm happy that you brought that up.
That was me and Kristen idea. You know what I'm saying? I came with the idea of the product, and he came with the vision of how he wanted to move the product. And then after that, it was over.
What flavors do we have for the lemonade?
Man, we got pineapple, strawberry, we got blueberry, we got lemonade, just regular lemonade.
Okay. And I saw a couple just photos you guys had with lemonade too. What bodegas do you have at New Haven that are selling lemonade?
So we got them at well, right now there's no bodegas we have them at right now. We pulled them out because we actually gonna have our drinks out there probably in the next 2.5, 3 weeks. We have our manufacturer that we working with, our own distribution team, and everything like that, so we can create jobs for our own people. And then on top of that, man, but the stores that we have that we know we're gonna be in is gonna be 96 Howe Street, which is Analaus. We're gonna be at Pedals Market, which is 100 Ashman. Dope and Delicious, which is on 300 Dixwell. We're gonna be on 129 Sylvan Avenue, which is 7 Haven. We're gonna be at Philly's Cheesesteak, which is downtown. He has about 3 franchises. We're gonna be in every location of his. You know, hopefully Donut Crazy. We trying to work out something with them. And you know, the ultimate goal, man, down the line, man, is really Yale University, man. Where we have a taste test in September with Yale University. We already had like 3 meetings with them. So hopefully everything goes well with that, which, you know, I feel like we got it. You know, we just got to stay consistent, and the product going to speak for itself.
I think it really does speak for itself. The mayor had a couple bottles, am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
How did it feel?
It felt amazing, man. Just the idea that, you know, the mayor of our city, he likes to drink, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, man, you know, and then having Dame Drops come and do a nice little you know, production on our lemonades too as well. That was dope, you know. Having DJ Funk Flex having our lemonade too as well, and taking a picture with him, and my cousin, my family, Don Q from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? He had our lemonade as well. So we got a lot of great potential and a lot of great push right now, man. And then what was it? Delora, Rosa Delora wrote us a letter, you know, talking about our lemonades and everything. So, you know, it's just one of those things, man. You know, we don't want to get too high, we don't want to get too low. You know, we just want to just stay as humble. You know, don't get me wrong. We want to congratulate ourselves, man, but you know, the job is not done. You know, we got a lot of work to do.
Of course, definitely. Easy. I see the light bulb above your head, brother. What do you want to say?
Well, I want to go back a little bit because I want. How did you guys land on the name for Guerrilla Lemonade? Like, what is the story behind the name itself? Because I know there's a marketing strategy called guerrilla marketing, and I want to see if that ties in.
Before you talk about this, got to do the tag on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven behind the brand. But go ahead, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So the thing is, I'm gonna let you get his part in too. Brian gonna get his part in, but we're gonna keep it honest. You know what I'm saying? The gorilla came out because we was playing around, we was joking around. You know, of course, we want to get a drink out there. We didn't think it was gonna be like this big, but the name came about because Brian, he's kind of hairy. You know what I'm saying? So I used to joke on him. I used to say, "Yo, you're a gorilla." You know what I'm saying? But as that time went on, us joking around with it, I said, let me define what a gorilla means. You see what I'm saying? So when I went and defined what gorilla meant, we found out that it was a spiritual guide for family, gentleness, unity. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, Brian, this is who we are. This is exactly, even though my joke turned into something real, it's like, yo, this defines exactly who we are, because we are gorillas in our community, giving back, be gentle to our community. You know what I'm saying? We believe in family, the same thing. And it's like, and we both believe in God. So it's like our spiritual guide, man. We was like, yo, we using that. We definitely using that. And that's how that name came about.
That is amazing. Brian has always been a jokester. That's the part I love about him.
Yo, he's hilarious, yo. He's hilarious.
He's always been a jokester. I remember the times we were just stressed out in the kitchen and he was just like going out of nowhere. If he was stressed out, he would sing. He would definitely sing. He would sing a couple of notes. He would sing always in the kitchen and just like dancing around and everything and always having a good time. And he didn't really like the whole job or anything, just stress him out. And when it came to learning, one of the best things just about Brian, he always stuck like what he knew. He was a sponge. He was definitely a good old sponge. Like when it came just to learning just different crafts, just with the food and just the techniques and cutting and just sauteing and everything, Brian was on it. And it's crazy because Brian and I started out with dishes, Chris. We started out with dishes and then we went right to the salad. And it's crazy because we went from fried to, but he went to saute before me. he was sauteing a lot of stuff before me, Chris. He was sauteing the pastas, different Italian stuff and everything from scratch when it came up there. And I've heard you went a little higher when it came up to the restaurant. Am I right, Brian?
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I right now, I currently do a little stuff at the Switzerland Center where it's like kind of a learning facility where I learn little different things as far as techniques and stuff like that to, enhance all my skills that I have. But I did go higher, man. I just started mixing my, I started mixing my cuisines together. And what we did was we came up with Italian-inspired soul food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what you up about Italian-inspired soul food because, as you know, we started off in the kitchen doing pasta, Italian food before I even really started touching soul food like that. And when I did, I just started mixing both of what I know, both together.
What some combinations have you fed people with the Italian soul food? Talk to me.
Listen, man, we got the fried chicken breast, man, with the carbonara. We had the lobster. I got the carbonara from the Madison Beach, but we had the shrimp and lobster carbonara.
Right.
I just did that, man. Came with a nice little chicken breast with that real quick. Just mixed the cultures together. What else we had? I mean, when you really think about it, honestly, most Italian food is already kind of intertwined in our culture already. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to different like mac and cheeses and different pastas that we already like rasta pasta and stuff like that. So I just started going off of what I already know and just started creating stuff like that.
Tell me about the relationship with 50 Fitch.
50 Fitch, Joy's good people, man. Actually, my wife used to work over there for a little while. So actually, when they had a little spot open, we went over there. I talked with her real quick, and then we just started going over there, cooking little stuff, man, just doing little things with them. It was still a good experience with them, man. 50 Fitch, shout out 50 Fitch, man. It's a good place over there. You ever get a chance, go have a drink.
Now, are you guys the main cooks at 50 Fitch, main chefs, both of you?
They have other things going on over there too, also. So I mean, it's
right.
intertwined. They still got a business to run too, also, as far as like different events and parties and stuff like that. So they take care of that stuff on their own.
Speaking of events, what current events are you guys planning on in the foreseeable future?
Right now, we're going to do the chili cook-off. That's going to come up. We got the give back, what we're trying to plan right now, which is going to be maybe like a food festival or some sort where we give back book bags and different things of that sort for the kids going back to school. All that stuff right now is in works. We're actually going to probably partner up with a lot of different Black-owned businesses right here in New Haven to get that popping off.
Okay. What have been some Black businesses in mind, or we can't really just say those businesses?
Nah, man. Definitely my people's at Phillies, man. Phillies is definitely some of our people's.
Right.
Dope and delicious, man. We got Edible Culture downtown. It's a few other places, too, actually, we're going to be working on getting connected with, too, right now, too, also.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Brian, you've grown so much, brother. You really have.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Chris, I've been hyping up Brian for like a good amount of this broadcast. Want a little bit more about you. I know Brian's dad was a cook. Has your family been more into cooking as well, too? Or you've been getting it more into Brian's side?
More on the sales marketing part of it.
Okay.
My mom, she was definitely into like marketing and everything. She worked for Vitamin Water, for like a payroll manager and everything like that. So I seen Vitamin Water pretty much from the very beginning, before Vitamin Water really even hit the market. I'm from New York,
really?
So yeah, way before it really hit the market like that, we was getting cases and cases of Vitamin Water coming to the crib. We was giving all our friends on the block, we was giving them Vitamin Water, because we didn't know the idea. We could have been selling them, but we didn't know how big Vitamin Water will really get,
Right.
Vitamin Water got crazy. The dude, Mike Rapoli, the actual guy who sold Vitamin Water for like 4.1 billion. We used to play, me and my brother used to play ball with him. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he's the owner. We used to play ball when we was young. We knew him. We used to be at the conference table with him and everything. And it was just like, we knew certain people that worked there. So my mother gave me some different insight to certain things to do as far as when it comes to the Gorilla Mayonnaise and stuff like that. So she's definitely been a big support of what we're doing. And a few other people that's actually worked with Vitamin Water now, they work with Coca-Cola because, Coca-Cola bought out Vitamin Water.
Absolutely.
So they gave us a little bit of insight of different things to do. But everything has really been a grind, man. My family background is really, like I said, sales and marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We from New York. We know how to hustle and bustle. That's what we do. Brian's the cook. So he do the cooking, I do the selling. You know what I'm saying? And that's that.
I respect that. Stay in lane. Definitely staying in lane.
Yeah, my
Easy.
lane. Don't get me wrong. I could cook, but he's a chef.
Right.
He throw the fire in the air. I ain't throwing no fire in the air. You know what I'm saying? He was burnt my house down.
I'm gonna get to that later, but Easy, I saw your finger up. Please tell what you had in mind.
Well, I just wanted to really highlight, you guys are the perfect example of something that we've been talking about on the show since we started, having that wonderful union of having a really strong product, but making sure you have the proper marketing as well. Because you can have the best thing out there, but if no one knows about it, you're only going to go so far. And it seems like a completely organic relationship between the two of you guys. Is there those points in time where marketing butts heads with product?
All the time. Man, we bump head. Man, listen, it's all but it's never personal though. You know what I'm saying? Even when we bump heads on a personal level, it's still kind of business in a way. Like it's never really personal, man. Because most of our conversation is all uplifting. You know what I'm saying? So even if one of us coming down on each other, it's an uplifting conversation no matter what. So I mean, that's like I said, our whole relationship has been built off a purpose, and that's just been a purpose, man. Just elevation.
And it's just like one of those things is like, Brian, to me, he's my favorite chef. You see what I'm saying? So I want him to be the best chef that he can be, right? So who's gonna be his biggest critic? I am. I'm going, even though if the food tastes good, I'm gonna say, nah, it could be better. Why? Because I want him to be the best chef that he can be. And if I constantly tell him that everything is good, then he's gonna stay right here, stagnant. I want him to go as high as he can. You know what I'm saying? So, and even for me, you know, he gets on me too as well. Sometimes I'm a little too hard, you know what I mean? But only because I believe in perfection, you know what I'm saying? And I want things to be dead right. And Brian, man, he's not my business. I mean, he is my business partner, but he's my brother, you know what I'm saying? And what do brothers do? They fight, they argue, they fight, this and that. But no matter, me and Brian can argue right now, 2-3 minutes later, we talking about something on ways how we gonna get these millions and what we gonna do with the millions when we get it. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even matter. Like, you gotta have that type of relationship, or just don't start a business with a person that you really can't, because money is not nothing to us. We don't care about the money part of it. We care about our relationship, you know what I'm saying? So money can't come in between that. You know what I mean? Our relationship is more powerful than anything. That's it.
Well,
it's all about the growth.
No, and that is amazing. And I really, this is the point in time where I tell everyone, this is where you need to pull over, take out that pen and the piece of paper, and write this down. Today, mark this on the point, rewind to it, come back to this point, because it is so important. You know, they say in the military, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens steel, but you also need to have that cloth to polish the steel, and you need to have that perfect relationship and that wonderful balance. And when it is actually rooted in a genuine love and respect, it's going to go much, much higher than when you're just have that competition. So I want to give you your flowers for that. Like, honestly, that is, I'm hoping the people that are listening to the show and want to start their own brands are really taking to heart what you're saying, because it's some of the most valuable things that can be dropped. You guys were just dropped in that past couple of minutes, and I want to thank you for that.
No problem, Dustin.
Yeah.
Now, other people do feel kind of, when you have those, and I'll do the quotes, confrontations, when you guys butt those heads, some of the best ideas start to fruit from that.
Yes.
Were there any ideas that came out the fights?
Absolutely. Listen, one of the things, and I wouldn't even say this really was bumping heads, but when we started the community thing, right? Community over competition and doing things in the community. Brian, you know, he's all for the community because he loves his community, but he didn't understand how we was gonna be able to do certain things in the community with the income and all that. But like I told him, like, at the end of the day, man, listen, it's all about sacrifice at the end of the day. You know, we can't try to get rich now. It ain't about rich now. It's rich down the line. You plant you plant your foot in, you do what you gotta do, you know, you take some sacrifices, count may go negative, it don't matter. Because the real purpose is making sure that we can have solidified customers down the line that understands that we care about them. You see what I'm saying? And once he got that, it was on and rocking from that. Now he's saying chili cook-off and he want to do all this. You see what I'm saying? But it takes one situation for him to see And he was like, oh, now we doing this, we doing, and ever since then he's been on board, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that he may do that I'm like, I don't know, Brian. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, oh, all right, BB, now I respect it. I bet, let's do this. And if once I believe in something and I believe in you, I'm going all out. Now, one thing about me, I'm going all out. I'm leaving it all on the table. Listen, I'm going all out. So, you know, it's one of those things, man. You just gotta be able to have that good relationship with your business partner. And you know, you're not always gonna agree on everything, but you know, I don't know, man. I can't even really explain our relationship. Our relationship is just so different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I know all my life in a sense. So I don't know. You know, God does everything for a reason. So you can't do business with everybody. Period. I don't care who, whether it's your brother, your sister, your mother. You can't do business with everybody. But there's a specific person that's out there that's gonna be just for you and what you're doing. You just gotta find that right niche. That's all.
You ever thinking of doing something outside of Connecticut? For example, Chris, near stopping grounds in New York.
Absolutely. Right now, we trying to work on something right now, man. To try to get in Davies store. As far as like Gorilla Mayonnaise, he has a bodega that he's opening up. A juice bar. I think it's like a juice bar type of thing that he's opening up. So right now, our goal is to try to get in Davies store. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's been talked about and everything. And my cousin Don Q actually want to do some work with us too as well. With our Eat Up catering and everything like that, Eat Up food. So you know, we got a lot of different things that we about to tap into. You know, we don't want to just put too much on our plate that we can actually chew because it's really just me and Brian. You know what I'm saying? So down the line, everything is gonna come. It's like a puzzle. Those pieces are gonna fill in at the right timing. So we just, you know, being patient, following our purpose through a gorilla, our spiritual guide. You know what I'm saying? Which is God, and we going on from there.
I like the whole idea with Gorilla, and I really think just the idea with both of you, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey you guys are going on. It's all about growth when it comes between you two, and I really think just by hearing just the answers between both of you as well, it's really a destination, not really destination path. I'm slurring my words. Let me just calm down a little bit. But growing, being better people, you know, and I'm really loving this whole concept. But what has been some of the great reactions you got, just general reactions you got just from customers and just the community in general, just coming off your product and just with the whole caterings and the cook-offs? Like, what have been some of those feel-good moments?
Go ahead, Brian.
I feel like I played the Jeopardy music.
Man, I mean, it's been so many different moments, man. I feel like this. I tell you like this. So many moments I really can't count, but I tell you like this. The feeling that I get in these different moments is more appreciation, gratefulness, because most of the people that we run into and do these different things is more inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Being the fact that we can be some type of inspiration for people to be able to really, really like tap into their true self and be them, that's everything for us. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it's like the journey. It's not really about too much of the money and all that other crazy stuff, man. It's about the journey we went through. The people see the journey, man, and they build their own journey off of watching ours. That's inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about inspiration for the people, man. That's it. It's all about the people, man.
Especially the kids too, man.
Definitely the kids.
Man. I love the kids. I love the children. That's like the biggest thing for me, kids. I love kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of kids coming from broken homes, and some kids may come from homes with a mother, father, grandparents, and everything. But it's the idea that they don't have a voice. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we want to actually change within our community is like allowing our children to have a voice, man. You know, you'd be so surprised the things they can tell you and how much you can learn from a child if you just listen instead of just saying, nah, this is how it's gonna go. This is what I know. Nah, sit back, listen. These kids got a lot to say, you know, and you're not gonna understand a child going off your own vision and your own way about things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because these kids are not robots. You know, you want to treat them like they're human at the end of the day. And I think that's why there's a lot of mental health that's going on. Like it's a lot of people that's like battling anxiety and depression because they can't really express themselves the way they want to. And the people that they are expressing themselves to, giving them fake love. And we want to change that within our community. Like, yo, you kids, you can come and talk to us, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to challenge you in no way to make you feel like you less of anything. Like, open up, talk. I don't care what it may be. I don't care how bad it may be. Just talk, open up, say what you feel, you know, and then we can go from there. You got to meet kids where they at, you know what I'm saying? Not where you trying to get them to go.
I definitely agree, because with the right mind behind a child, they become amazing individuals. And I think you two definitely representation, you two definitely fit it. Absolutely. A lot of people need good black role models in this world. I think both of you guys are hit.
Yeah, man,
Absolutely, brother. No doubt, man. No doubt.
Well,
Dustin.
Yo, you asked the question. You said one of the things. I let Brian talk.
Yeah, you did. You did. That's right. You did. Go ahead, man.
I went to Tyco. We had a news article came out. Went to Tyco for our drinks. Grill Lemonades plan on going international. That was the headline for our news article. That was written by New Haven Register. Her name is Pam. And when I went to Tyco to get some I think some labels printed out and everything, the guy said, "Listen, Chris, I already printed out your article. Can you sign it for me, please?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, "Dang, I'm a celebrity." That's how I'm feeling. Like I'm a celebrity already. You know what I'm saying? But that feeling right there alone was just like, it was mind blowing because, you know, me and B don't care nothing about celebrity status and all that. We just ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But just that idea, man, just that person he must see a bigger picture. He must see something that we actually don't really see for ourselves because we in it and we just doing what we need to do. It's our purpose. But he sees something bigger than what we can see. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of people always tell us. Yo, Chris, y'all understand how big y'all are, how this and that, how many people talking? But we really don't see that because we just like, we working. So we don't know. We see the reactions, but that's like, oh, thank you. And then we keep it moving. So it's like, but it's a blessing, man, just to kind of get our community like behind us the way they are, man, because the community ain't behind everybody.
That's true.
They ain't behind everybody. So the fact that they behind us, I'm happy about that, man. I'm grateful.
Definitely. Dustin, I know you wanted to speak a little bit earlier because I saw the finger up. Go right ahead, brother.
Well, no, it's actually taken in a whole different direction now because I absolutely love what you said, and I want to kind of feed into that a bit. You know, one, your guys' stuff is awesome, so that's why the community is behind it. But you're also behind the community. You know, it's kind of like that algorithm of life. You know, when you're dealing with all social media promotion, you have to respond back as much as you give into, and it's the same thing in real life, where, you know, the community is supporting you guys because you're really going above and beyond to support the community. And that is a huge, huge thing and a big thank you, you know. So every day that they want that thing signed, understand that that's just them giving back to you, and all the things that you guys really, really do. And also the really super important question, do you guys need taste testers for the chili cook-off? I'm just saying.
Definitely,
got an amazing palate. You know, and we're pseudo celebrities, pseudo-ish. I mean, you know, we'll wear our WNHH shirts. I'm just saying.
Definitely, man. Listen, man, the chili cook-off coming this year. I do have another way. I probably want to do it. I think I want to do judges. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, listen, that's something to definitely talk about, man. Trust me, we work on that.
That'd be dope.
Absolutely. On WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven, behind the brand, myself, Prestige, and my partner in crime, Long Island Raised, Elm City made, EZ Blues is in the building. Brian, I mentioned 50 Fitch earlier in the broadcast. Tell me about the Soul Sundays, man. Tell me about the impact on that. How well has that been for you?
So the Soul Sundays actually that's like I said, sometimes they do events and stuff that really don't have anything to do with us. That's mainly 50 Fitch right there. That's all them.
Okay.
So they got specific cooks that come in and run that event for them and the different stuff like that. Usually we'll be there on Thursdays. We were doing certain things on Sundays if we don't have events and different things like that. But little different events like that, that's all them.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah, and shout out to Joy too, man. She shout out to Joy. Joy, man, she definitely does a lot too and give to the community, you know. And she gave us an opportunity to come in and cook food and get our brand out there. So shout out to Joy, man. She's definitely a great person.
Definitely. Yes.
Shout out to y'all too, man. You guys are definitely doing your thing. What future cook-offs am I expecting from Brian?
Man, I got a few things brewing up right now, man. The barbecue cook-off, I still got that supposed to be coming out soon. I'm working on a date for that. And listen, the chili cook-off. I got something working on for maybe the winter time. But I ain't really put it out there. It's still in the works of talking about it and going through that stuff like that. But definitely the barbecue before the end of the summer, and definitely the chili cook-off.
Now, tell me a little bit about the cook-offs. Is it like real competition? Have you been matched a little bit? Have someone like really like stepped their game up just a little bit? You felt a little bit terrified? Talk to me about those times.
Well, listen, the last cook-off we had was at this store called the Black Corner Store.
Okay.
Right there. Shout out to the Black Corner Store right there on Edgewood. Yeah, so we was there. I went Afro. I can't remember the Afro Tina. That was the name of the business I went against. And man, he was a good cook, young like me, man. Good dude, real knowledgeable, man. I mean, to me, everything's all fun, man. It ain't really too much no fearful thing unless I'm in the finals somewhere on Chopped or something like that. But other than that, it's all fun and games, man. I love it. I'm just actually trying to expand on the culture of cooking out here, man. I mean, if you go to Louisiana, different places in the South, man, they got all different types of cook-offs. I mean, it's real big events, festivals, and I just want to bring that same energy up here, man. I want to show love to the food, man.
You think you and Aaron Lee can have a cookout in the future?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely for the community, man. Definitely, that's my guy, man. I do anything with him.
It's good for the community for them to do that. Like if him and Aaron went at it, I don't care what chefs in New Haven. Listen, it's all about community, man. Competition is a good thing. You know what I mean? The reason why we came with the slogan "Community over competition" is because I got sick of just the idea that we competing with our own people. So we all trying to go up here, but we all right here. We got to compete with the people up here before we go right here. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that one of those things is why are we trying to compete with the people that's right on the same level as us? Let's compete with the people that's higher than us in order for us to go higher. You see what I'm saying? So in order for us to do that, let's come together as a community. Let's do great events. Let's partner with businesses so we can build those franchises. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the vision. That's the goal, man.
We got a couple people on the broadcast. Oh, definitely, brother. We got a couple people on the broadcast showing you guys a lot of love. We got Terry Roundtree saying, "Let's go, Kings." We got David Badley. I mispronounced his name, David Bailey. I'm messing up. He said it's great what you guys are doing. He's able to hire. He loves the fact that you hire your own people and just showing the importance of the Black community here in New Haven. So you guys are getting a lot of love right here on Behind the Brand, guys. Thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely. And I love just the whole mission, what you guys are doing, man. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's about the journey. It's about what you guys are just bringing to the table. And at the end of the day, it's just about the future. Like you said, it's about the kids just growing and everything. You really think of giving this business back to someone that's younger than y'all, like even to your children one day?
Absolutely. That's the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. More than anything,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any kids. Brian don't have any kids, but you know, I got nephews. But we're gonna have some. You know, I mean, hopefully.
In due time, no rush. Ain't nobody's rushing you at all.
I'm gonna get some, but not right now. Just wanna, you know, I'm just trying to change the idea that you don't have to be rushed into doing all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to get married because somebody said you got to be married this time. You don't got to have kids because you got to have kids this time. Like, take care was like what you really want to do, so you don't have no regrets at the end of the day down the line. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I couldn't do this because I was married, I had a bunch of kids. Then you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say, no, I did this, I did that, I got my bank account right, I'm spiritually intact with God. So now when I'm trying to get married, I got everything in hold the way I need to, and everything everything comes in the right way, man. But when you trying to rush things, and then you still trying to do something for yourself that you love, it's hard, man. It's hard, you know?
Absolutely.
So, gotta sacrifice, man.
I think one of the best part of entrepreneurship is definitely taking your time. Take your time, plan out stuff accordingly, even be the little things too. Because we interviewed entrepreneurs in the past and they always say, take your time is the best method. Don't try to rush it because it just be unnecessary stress at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I think, and that's the last thing that you definitely don't want. But when it comes to just your brand itself, in the foreseeable future, like you said, when you guys take your time, do you think of going anywhere like outside of food? Just when it comes to any ideas?
Definitely going outside of food. Definitely want to tap into different things as far as like real estate and different things like that. That's definitely the goal. Man, listen, the way me and Chris Brain go, I won't be surprised we don't start our own school one day, man.
Wow.
That's
Sure.
real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's still more to give. You know what I'm saying? It's still more lessons to teach. There's still more people to touch. And I mean, I won't stop until I'm long gone. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, God willing, that teaching still go on and go on for years and years. They would never forget about Eat Up. They'll still be talking about us. Not just us, but what we've done, our teachings and everything else.
And I listen, I may not root for LeBron James on the court, but but I respect everything that LeBron James do off the court. You know what I'm saying? With the I Promise School and just the idea. If you look at his like even his marriage and how he carry himself and just like his friendships through the guys that play on the same basketball team, they all successful in their own way. You see what I'm saying? So he already built generational wealth through his community in a sense. You see what I'm saying? And we just need more guys in other cities to come together and tackle what's in front of them. So like we gotta tackle New Haven. Before we go anywhere else and do anything anywhere else, we gotta tackle New Haven. And then we tackle Hartford and then Bridgeport. But the state of Connecticut need to be tackled first before we start branching out to other different cities, because the job is not done right here first. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta just do this first, just like how he do in Akron, Ohio. He's focused on Ohio to make sure Ohio is on point because that's where he's from. And then eventually he'll probably branch out down the line. Maybe his son will, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But he built the brand. He built that. I Promise School is amazing. And I hopefully one day, you never know, man, we might have an Eat Up school, man. For real.
It's a great idea. When you talk about just starting off at home, do you think people working together in the community base is still, you know, do you think that actually, let me just cut that off. My actual question is, do you feel that there's a lot more unity now than it was before in Connecticut in general?
I actually do. I mean, I've been living in New Haven all my life, you know what I'm saying? And as far as like being together and community and all this different stuff, listen, it has been a lot of that going on. It seems like, honestly, after the pandemic, everybody just came together and started working together and doing different things. That showed you where everybody was really at mentally and what people really wanted. You know what I'm saying? It just was a moment where people could really come together and like really help build up each other in the community. That's where the love came from. You know, I mean, like you said earlier, COVID was a good and a bad thing at the same time to show you where the love was really at.
Chris, you want to get into that question?
I think Brian pretty much said it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree, man. Like, yeah, he said it perfectly, really, man. Yeah. The partnerships and everything is really just like, it's strong right now, man. A lot of people's partner, but like the pandemic did that. I don't think it's just here in Connecticut. I think it's just in general, just everywhere. You got a lot of like businesses collabing. Even if you look at the fashion is they collabing with each other. Whether it's Supreme, whether it's Kith, with all these different things coming together, like a collaboration is one of those things. It's just the new generation of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Like Connecticut, man. It could get better, you know. It could get better, you know. We just gotta just wing out those people that's just, you know, got that hate in their heart, man, the jealousy, man. You know, it's so much money to go around, man. But everybody just want to be on a. I think everybody want to be like, oh, it's me. But if you want to build a brand, you got to get away from it's me. You got to get that, yo, it's us. You know what I'm saying? It's us. We doing this, not I'm doing it. No, we doing this. And I think if everybody get that attitude, then they'll see their brand go to another level, or they'll see the brand at least go to another level.
We only have so much time left for the broadcast. Dustin, you want to just highlight anything?
Well, it's just, I think everything you're saying is absolutely amazing and everything that is needed. I do also feel that the pandemic has brought people together. When you go through something collectively, you're going to grow through it collectively. And I think that is absolutely spot on. But the main thing I wanted to say really was, you know, there's a bunch of different aspects. You have the jam. We could probably hook you up with Paul Brian Hudson to give it a little bit, that little bit extra exposure. You know, I'd love to have some wings at the jam. I'm just saying, stuff is amazing. You know, and there's also, you know, even beat for beat. You know, there are so many levels in this community that I know personally I'm going to reach out to these people and I'm going to see if I can connect you with them, because I am now, after this interview, even before when reading the other stuff, I'm so now invested in what you guys are doing. I want to see you guys thrive. So thank you for everything you do, like, honestly.
Thank you so much, Dustin.
Well,
Thanks,
appreciate you guys for having us up here.
No doubt, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Just the last question, just want to give out. Any advice you want to give to any prospective entrepreneur out there who just start off just like with just less knowledge of everything and just had a vision and wanted to go with that vision full throttle?
Me personally, I just first of all, believe in what you're doing. That's number one. You got no one can believe in it more than you believe in it. You see what I'm saying? So believe in what you're doing. You're not on nobody else's time but your own. Don't rush the process to nothing. Don't try to keep it with the Joneses because you see such and such come up with a product. So you feel like I got to do something because maybe my product is not moving as fast as Eat Up. So I need to do something now to kind of be equivalent to Eat Up or to whoever. No, stay on your lane. Stay focused to what you're doing because guess what? With me and Brian, with Eat Up, over competition, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's the Gorilla Lemonade, we focus on our brand. We don't focus on nobody else is doing. But don't get me wrong. We do love what other people's doing, you know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna feel like we gotta be rushed to do anything because of someone else. We're gonna stay in our lane. So just believe in what you're doing, stay focused, and connect. Networking is everything. Show love to somebody else's business. In order for you to get love back, you gotta show love, period. Period. I don't care if somebody else selling lemonade. I'll buy that lemonade. Even though I love Gorilla Lemonade, that's my product. But I will buy that lemonade on the strength because I like the fact that that person is willing to get out there, hustle and bustle, and try to become an entrepreneur. I love that. I don't care how many lemonades we have. I don't care what you call it. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what you call it. If we got Gorilla Lemonade, I don't care if you call it Penguin Lemonade. Call it whatever you want to call it. But as long as it's so many different brands out there for cereal, whether it's juices, it don't matter. But just believe in what you're doing. That's all. And then maybe down the line, we could do some type of partnership and everything, but you got to show love to get love. And that would be my message to any entrepreneur, man. And don't think you're going to get more sleep because you're not. All right? It's not a 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is easy compared to being an entrepreneur. I promise you that. All right? You're gonna not really get too much sleep. If you got a relationship, your relationship may not be the best because you're going to be pouring so much into this brand that you're not going to have enough energy to do the things that's necessary that your partner may want or this and that. So really know what you're getting yourself into, man. Like, don't think it's going to be no cakewalk because it ain't no cakewalk. Trust me, it's a lot of anxiety. So they need to read some of those books like with 50 Cent, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, Damon John, Power Shift. Read those books, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot of knowledge in those books, man. A lot of people don't like to read, but they'll tell you the same thing that we going through right now. Me and Brian going through a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not easy. Everybody could look at it and say, "Oh, dang, man, look what they doing." All this, yeah, but y'all don't know the work that we putting in. The argument going back and forth, trying to make this happen, trying to make that happen. It's a lot. So, but just believe in what you're doing, and everything will be successful for you. You know what I'm saying? You will be the next millionaire and billionaire creating something dope. You know what I'm saying?
Any social media tags that you want to give out before we go?
Instagram, eatup_CT. That's the main one right there, Instagram. Just go follow us on Instagram, eatup_CT. And eventually, and our website is eatupcatering.com. Eatupcatering.com and Instagram, eatup_CT.
Guys, appreciate y'all on Behind the Brand. Brian, thank you. Chris, thank you.
You already know, man. Well love.
On WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. This has been Behind the Brand. You guys.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just this? I don't know. Spending time all alone, sending my songs through the phone, dreaming of a better home, while focused on trying to hone this craft, witchcraft. I hope the brujas let this last.
I don't know if the earth is painted